one of the big things that BMC does is, and it's very proud of the fact that they include a number of customer requested enhancements in every release. And so I'm just going to touch on a few of these. A lot of this really relates to the self-service interface. So here, it gives you the ability for better branding of your self-service site, as well as just how the self-service portal is laid out. Also, we made some enhancements to the knowledge base, and as well broadcast, the management of broadcast and assignment of templates. It was something else that was introduced. So if we talk about the self-service interface, things, custom themes and colors, previously you had option of about 4 or 5 different themes that you could create. Now you have a lot more flexibility in terms of how many you create. You're not limited to a given number, nor are you limited to the capabilities that you have with those themes. So you much more of a tailored interface, something that aligns more closely to your company websites. Those things are the benefits of these features that have been added. A live preview, so when you're an administrator and you're making these changes, you can see those changes on the fly. As with 95% of the application, there's no coding required, and I say 95. It's probably much higher than that. But inevitably, it seems like some customers will want to do some coding here and there. But all of the configuration for self-service is done through a configuration utility, a wizard-driven utility. And then you have the ability to manipulate the tiles that are accessed on the self-service page, whether those be web applications or other Visualforce pages. And then you also have the ability for category descriptions to be added. So this is so that your clients, whenever they're looking at the category list in the self-service page, you're giving them a tool basically to more accurately select the category that should be associated to that record. So let's look at some of these things. As we first start looking here at the self-service themes and branding, again, custom themes and colors, unlimited themes and logos, and you can preview all of these as you're building them out. So here, you can see some different colored themes and combinations and so forth, somewhat similar to what you had before, besides the fact that these are all customizable. So you literally would have the ability to choose the branding. So first of all, in administration, you'd select the branding option under the Remedyforce administration. And then with that, you'd select if you wanted to create a new theme, and if you wanted to maybe make a copy of an existing theme, you'd have that option as well. And with that, that you would name this theme, and then begin from there to select the particular attributes, the elements that you want in your self-service page. So do you want the broadcast to appear? And then from there, they give you a nice utility so that you can see each element, and so that you know exactly what you're configuring. And with that, then you choose your custom colors, that type of thing. Notice that it does support the hex code if you have that. And then ultimately, you can select the live preview to see what that theme is going to look like as you're building it out. So it's very easy. You don't have to save it, then go over to self-service, refresh. It's all done right from that user interface. So that makes it much easier. In addition to the themes and graphics and colors, you also have the ability to configure your tiles that appear on the self-service page. So again, from the Remedyforce administration under Configure Self-Service, you can choose to add or remove custom tiles. And from once you've added those tiles, Here again, you can use you can assign multiple URLs or a single URL to the tile, or as well as configure the ordering that those tiles appear. So commonly there are situations where you may not want certain functionality to be available to a certain set of users. Well, you can remove those tiles from the self-service page now, or add those, and as well as add custom, which you previously could not do. So again, by defining the order, again, you have a lot more flexibility. And then once you've made those few configuration changes, then that new tile will appear on the self-service page. So again, a nice enhancement there. Additionally to the self-service, category selection, that's always something that people have struggled with is, if I put too many categories, there's too many options for the customer to select, they're going to select the wrong one, and then it gets, incorrectly routed, that type of thing. Well, in Winter 14, we've added the capability so that you can basically add a hover description for each of the categories. So in the category form, you'll basically see a new field that's option, the category description, and then with that, as you float over that description, you'll see that description appear in self-service. So that's a nice enhancement to the self-service. Next, let's talk a little bit about the knowledge base. I mean, knowledge is something that we always strive to maintain and have a good knowledge management system in place. So this flexible knowledge-based content management system, now you have the ability of checking out knowledge, as well as after you've made your edits, you can check that back in, whether that be a creation of a new knowledge article, or it might simply just be an update to the existing knowledge article. You have the ability to create articles from an existing article, so essentially making copies, and then monitor the usage of those articles. That's something that you, aside from just seeing how many times it was linked to an incident, that was basically all that you had. Now you've got a little bit more capability of seeing the usability. So I'm going to speed up here just a little bit because we are approaching our end mark. But the thing that, when you talk about some of these new statistics, one of the things that we also did was created some additional reports with the application. And so these are out-of-the-box reports, but certainly you can create your own custom reports. And some of these reports that exist allow you to, hear on the feedback. You can see the comments very easily, as well as the article rating. So was it helpful? That type of thing. And then identify the client and staff feedback as well. So if it was client or staff feedback, as well as the usage. So used by staff, used by self-service, and then total usage. So again, these are some of the reports that have been added to Remedyforce in Winter 14. And again, you can see here usage by staff, usage used by staff, and then usage range for self-service. So, and again, these ranges, what you're noticing is high, medium, and low. So you have some predefined, criteria that says, okay, this, I want to see all of my high usage knowledge articles, for example, and then from that you can see the actual count associated with those, and as well as the number of times that an article might even have been viewed. So again, these are some really helpful tools in terms of managing your knowledge base. Also, some updates to the broadcast. So the features here are related to category broadcasts, basically applying closure codes to your broadcast. So if you're using the broadcast functionality, when you today, if you were the closure codes really did not exist for broadcast, but now you can select the appropriate closure code, and then that will apply to all the linked records that are associated with it. So if this app broadcast had 2 linked incidents, well, there's no closure code, but then when you select the closure code on the broadcast, that will apply that to all of the incidents that are associated with it. So that's one of those things that I'm hoping that most customers are using is closure codes for reporting, because that can be a great indicator whether you're truly resolving issues, are you just simply applying workarounds, those types of things. So this is just one of those things that enhances the usability of broadcast and gives you better and more accurate reporting as it relates to the closure codes. Okay. Also, we have some ability to assign staff and queue member or for assignment of records to staff and queue members. So there was new functionality that was introduced there. And basically, it's very easy to configure. You'll select the queue assignments based upon for particular records, and identify the conditions that you want to apply, and so those records can automatically be assigned to the appropriate staff or queue member.